upon God's name. On my own, I call upon God's name. I call upon God's name on my own. On my own.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Academy of Soul Manifestation, lesson number 27. Isn't it incredible that we have come this far in this journey together, and in such a deep way, on so many deep levels? We've been diving deep into the I Am consciousness that makes us one, and we've been experiencing that oneness ourselves. So many transformations, so many shifts in consciousness. And it all comes from calling upon God's name. I am that. That's the reason I picked the song that I shared. I am that is the name of God, or in Hebrew, Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh. And the power that we experience when we allow ourselves to step into that vibration. Not hopefully one day, not if I do a wide assortment of different things or read books or workshops or whatever else we may be thinking about. I am that. That is what happens when we call upon God's name within us. This is what we are here for, and this is what these lessons will continue to demonstrate for us. In this particular lesson, I asked Cheryl to talk about some of the different things that we're going to be encountering as soul coaches, the 8 different things to be aware of, to be thinking about, as you begin to plan practicing plan your own practice in soul manifestation. Of course, on every lesson, we're going to be coming at these things from different angles: energetic, informational, intellectual, in our heart, in our mind, our souls, but it keeps coming back to that same place, which is, I am here because my soul has been longing for this extension and expression. More than anything, it is why I chose to be born here at this time. So I hope that this lesson is going to help to move you into that deep place of consciousness. And before we actually go there, I want to share one more chant with you. So just allow yourself to absorb this frequency, the I am frequency, the literal sound of the name of God, and to embody this chant, because this is what we're here for, not just to talk or discuss, but to embody. And then we'll enter into these 8 different things for you to be thinking about from Cheryl. So enjoy.
God is but love, and therefore so am I. God is but love, and therefore so am I. By grace do I live, by grace I am released. There is no cruelty in God, and none in me. God is but love, and therefore so am I. God is with love, and therefore so am I.
James and I wanted to begin sharing some areas to consider as you develop your soul coaching practice. So we've come up with 8 soul coaching tips just to keep in mind. And these tips might help you decide which way to coach or even how to shape your practice. So we're beginning to do this now just to start to think about it. More practical ideas and systems and so on will come later, but it's just to start thinking about the way that your soul coaching practice could look, because I'm pretty sure that you're already starting to do that in many areas of your life and your way of being in service. So 8 soul coaching tips. So we're going to do 4, and then we're going to do a chant, and then we'll do 4 more. So the first one is one of my favorite quotes that I love to share often with my clients and students, and it's by Wayne Dyer, and it says, "When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." So when we're working with people, we assist those that we are in service to in seeing their life in a different light. We help them look through a different lens from what they're used to. I find that when I share this quote in workshops and with clients, that it really helps people start to think differently, to reframe things differently, and helps them shift their perspective. And in this shift, healing begins. So for example, I had a client years ago who said that her husband was quite rude and kind of insulting, and they really just weren't getting along. There was a lot of banter that was really not friendly. And so when I shared this quote with her, she began to focus on all of the good things that she loved about her partner, and really just tried to just let the other pieces slide. And so when she really began to solidly incorporate this quote and focus on those good things, guess what happened? She said to me, "You know what? He's actually not that bad." So when she stopped engaging and she started looking at things differently, the energy of the relationship shifted. So we help others see through these eyes of love. Number 2, when we authentically believe in someone, it activates their brain to create a state of mind that transcends their usual way of thinking and positively affects their life in all areas. I'm going to say that again. When we authentically believe in someone, so we are sitting there and we're listening to our soul coaching client, it actually activates their brain to create a different state of mind. And this state of mind transcends their usual way of thinking. So if they were used to thinking negatively and so on, we believe in them, it shifts things. And often I find that the person that we're coaching has never really been listened to before. So when we listen to them, it activates their brain to create a different state of mind. It shifts their usual way of thinking, positively affects their life, and they feel really motivated to grow, heal, and change. Number 3, seek to really understand their story, but we gently move them away from the story. A good soul coach focuses on moving forward from the old story. The old ways of 7 years of psychotherapy are really gone. It really doesn't work, because every time someone restates and reiterates their story, it literally re-injures them, and so they can't move forward. I found that when I first started going into counseling. So when we help them move away from the story, our job is to help them move forward. So like playing a record over and over again, each time they restate their story, they can stay stuck there. So we help them choose a new song. Number 4, know that change is constant and inevitable. So we know this with our clients. Change is constant and inevitable when they work with us. It is the resistance to change that can cause roadblocks. Some people say that they want to change, but it can be hard. And here's why change can be hard. Each time we think the same thought, we repeat the same action. So thought, word, or action, each time it's repeated, we develop neural pathways in the brain. It's like walking down the same path every day. So for example, if you're driving to work every day, you sorry, you know the path. So when you're walking to work every day, you can listen to an audiobook. If you're walking or driving, you can listen to an audiobook, and you don't have to think much about it. Now, if you change the route that you usually take to work because of construction, now you have to focus and concentrate, so the audiobook is off. So each time we teach them a new way to think, we create a new neural pathway in the brain. And just like taking the same road to work each day, they develop that groove in the brain, and it takes time to create the new neural pathways, but each time we do, they show up as change, and we start to notice the small incremental things. So remember this, change is constant and it is inevitable as a soul coach. Now we're going to take a break for a beautiful chant that James is going to introduce. Let's continue in the last 4 of our 8 soul coaching tips. Remember, these can help you decide which way you may want to coach and even help shape your practice that may very well be beginning now. So the 5th one in our 8. Small changes lead to big changes. Small incremental steps help them know, so help our soul coaching clients know, and help them to feel successful and continue to move forward. For example, we don't want that New Year's resolution list scenario. We know that that really doesn't work. So when we want to set them up to be successful. So, for example, if somebody that I'm working with is really concerned about their diet, I'm not going to give them a whole diet revamp. That's overwhelming. But what I might do is start to help them make small dietary changes. So I'll begin with 1 meal. So let's focus on breakfast. Let's look at the reality of your life and think about what's feasible and how can we make it healthy and nutritious and easy for you. So that's what we do. We set them up to be successful in small incremental steps. So if once breakfast is solid, they've got it nailed, then we move to lunch and we might move to other things. So we want to set people up for success. So small, easy, incremental steps is how we work with people. We want them to be successful. Number 6, you need to help them understand where they are going. So we help them create a plan with goals and intentions and an array of tools to help them get there. And this is when you're going to pull from the repertoire that you've already got. Many of you are already doing energy work, or some of you are already ministers. So all of the tools and all of the skills that you already have incorporated into your life and into whatever practice you have now, this is what we help them. So you're going to pull it all together with your soul coaching information, and it'll be a beautiful practice. So we need to help them understand where they are going. Have a plan with goals, intentions, and we use those tools that are already in our toolbox and help them get there. Number 7, soul coaches assist them in creating their own answers. We help our clients find and create their own answers. It is far more powerful than trying to tell them what is best. So we find really good questions. We find the best questions to ask them to help them see the light. They will be far more committed to their own growth and healing with their own ahas. Number 8, help them discover what it is that they truly want, need, or desire in their lives. We help them discover this. We help uncover this through questions, through listening, through caring, through believing in them. And then we help them believe it is possible. And then we assist them in getting there. And one last thought. I love these words from Abraham Hicks quote. You don't have to worry about what their vibration is if your vibration is one of connection. Because if your vibration is one of connection, you're going to dominate the vibration. This is the way you learn your relationships. The thing that most people do not understand is that you get to control the way you feel because you get to choose the thoughts you think. Most people think that they only have the option of responding to the circumstances that surround them. And that's what makes them attempt the impossible, which is to control the circumstances around them, which only feeds their feeling of frustration and vulnerability, because it doesn't take very much life experience to discover you can't control all of your circumstances, but you can control your vibration. And when you control your vibration, you've controlled everything that has anything to do with you. So when we're in a soul coaching session with somebody, our vibration will dominate that connection. When we stay in alignment, our vibration is one of connection, and so we will positively affect them in every way possible. So take these 8 soul coaching tips, and I hope that they really help you in your own life and also with your clients and helping shape your practice. Many love, many blessings, and much love. Bye-bye.
His presence would I enter now, into His presence would I enter now, into His presence would I enter now, into His presence would I enter now, I have entered. I have entered.